This episode is sponsored by Shutterstock.com. With over 20 million high-quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, and video clips, Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. For 30% off, head on over to Shutterstock.com and use offer code Gamebreaker7. This episode is also brought to you by Audible. For a free 30-day trial and to receive a free audiobook, just head on over to audible.com/Gamebreaker.
Gamebreaker TV.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to After Dark, late night talk show where you guys call in, make the questions happen. I'm back from Blizzard, and I'm excited to talk about some stuff that may or may not have been going on down there, but you guys got to call and ask about it. Joining me like he does, well, I guess he didn't last week. Joining me back all the way from Maui, the one, the only, it's co-host of SMAT, Mr. Gary Gannon. I mean, what?
What? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hello, hello, hello. After Dark and the Peoples and SMAT.
And SMAT. We got to tell you, there's some really cool things going on with this whole SMAT thing. It's gonna be exciting. You guys better keep an eye out for it.
It's super mega amazing time.
Side note, just
super.
For anybody who's ever tried to start a gaming channel on YouTube,
I said amazing.
It's damn near impossible
I said
in this day and age.
It's awesome, and I said amazing. I already got the name wrong.
Did you?
I did. I called it awesome. I called it amazing. It's awesome.
It's not amazing time. It's awesome time.
It's awesome time. Super mega awesome time.
The next latest and greatest YouTube
This Sunday, Sunday. Monster trucks crushing shit on SMAT.
All that and more.
Much
All
more.
right, let's just move on here. Let's jump right into it. Open up the lines. Obviously, this is your guys' show, so we want to call and get to your questions as soon as possible. Caller on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your question. And are you excited for SMAT?
Yeah, hello there. This is Mohammed from Saudi Arabia, and I'm sorry I don't know what the SMAT is.
It's all right, man. No one knows what it is. No one knows what it is.
That's all right.
So my question is about are good games becoming rare? Because I mean, this year I only bought like 2 games: Bioshock Infinite and The Last of Us.
Oh, those are 2 good games.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I mean, if you're gonna buy 2 games this year, those are definitely 2 you want to buy.
Yeah,
so.
those are probably 2.
And most games I'm planning to buy are HD remakes.
Okay.
So are good games getting rare? I think there were more good games than those 2. That's my personal opinion. I don't know.
Okay, all right, real quick. What do you think of some of the best games that have come out so far? Then?
Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot.
I am going to put
best
you on the spot,
games of
that's what this
2013.
show is putting people on the spot.
Of 2013, best games of 2013. I don't know. I mean, Last of Us and Bioshock Infinite are definitely at the top of my list. I'm actually having a great time in Metro 2033. Don't think it's my best game, but I'm loving it. Can I say The Witcher 2? That came out like in 2010, but
No.
I'll say it again.
You can't. And you can't say The
I
Witcher
played it-
3 either, because that's not out.
I played it again in 2013, so does that count? I replayed it, so it kind of counts.
But the question is relevant of why are there not awesome games now?
I think there are awesome games. You didn't play any good games this year? I played a lot. I played a good, but now you want to go to Steam. Look at my
Good
list.
games this year. See, I'm almost, I think,
Hang on.
the only 2 games I've bought this year
Far Cry
are the
3,
same as
yes. Far
Muhammad.
Cry, amazing. Blood Dragon, awesome.
Far Cry 3 was really good. I told myself that I
I'm
was going
loud,
to
by
buy
the
Tomb
way.
Raider this year, but I honestly...
I played Tomb Raider. I finished that. It's awesome.
I didn't
I'm a
buy
little
Tomb
loud,
Raider.
by the way. A little loud. My hot mic.
You're
hot mic. Turn me down just a little bit. Hot mic. Tomb Raider was fantastic. Tomb Raider was a great game. I highly recommend Tomb Raider. It actually was on sale for on Steam. I told a bunch of people to buy it. Zork for the win. Yes, Zork. No, best game of 2013. Love that one. SWG drink. I'm gonna look. What did you play? What were your top games? I'm gonna go to my Steam account right now and check out.
I mean,
what I want.
It's been really tough. Honestly, 2013 has been the start of me jumping back into console games. I've got to agree. The only 2 games that I've purchased this year have been both BioShock and The Last of Us.
What, did you steal the rest?
Actually, I bought
Did you
Ni no
steal the
Kuni.
rest? What are you doing?
I bought Ni no Kuni as well. That I got about a couple hours into. I thought I was gonna love it. I really didn't. That game was like an identity crisis. That game made me feel like I was a 2-year-old watching cartoons.
What did you like about it? Because people loved it. It really didn't call to me, so I didn't pick it up. I skipped that one.
You know me. I love
the anime.
I love anime. I love RPGs. I love Japanese RPGs. So you'd think that this would be perfect for me, right? I thought the same damn thing.
Why did it fall down? I mean, that's probably on the top of a lot of gamers' lists this year's top game. So why? How did it fall flat?
I've got to go back and try and play it again to give it an honest chance. But my biggest problem with it was
You gave it a dishonest chance.
I gave it a dishonest chance. It was the worst kind of chance.
I do that.
Gosh, it was a game that felt like that treated you with the tone of like a 12-year-old. Because you were playing this kid, but at the same time, it was like super, super dark. Like there was this moment where you like had to fight this manifestation of this evil from a guy who was pretty much beating his wife. But the way they presented it was like I was still like a 12-year-old, and you're like, oh, it's okay. And like the wife comes back, and she's like, no, it's okay. You were just upset, and it's like, no, he was beating you. Like, what?
So adult themes.
It was very adult themed, but it was presented so childish that I couldn't take it seriously either way, and I couldn't connect to it. That was where my problem was. Is like I was constantly on the flux of like, is this for a child or is this for an adult? I don't know. I couldn't grasp it long enough.
So it just went too gray. Went into the gray zone.
It definitely went into the gray zone.
That's kind of lame. I hate when games go in the gray zone. Just go M for mature, or like just go T for teen, but just go one way or the other. Kind of lame. I don't know. I didn't play it.
Now, Mohammed, I think we still have you in line. Your name was Mohammed, correct? If I recall.
Yeah.
Are you excited? So looking forward into the year, I don't think there's anything that's really come out this year that outside of what we've already talked about. Looking forward into the year, I think there's something to be excited with Grand Theft Auto. Is there anything outside of what's already come out that you're maybe looking forward to?
Well, I'm only buying, right now I'm planning to buy a Kingdom Hearts remake and Final Fantasy X. But
What?
Somebody on this show likes Final Fantasy. I heard.
Yeah.
It's just a rumor.
Just maybe.
I'm not sure, but Mike Shafton might be playing that game.
Yeah, and I'm planning to buy Watch Dogs. That's a game that
Oh
I'm
yeah,
interested in.
that'll be coming out.
That's gonna be
a good one.
exciting. And here's my thing. Here's my honest opinion. As someone who's a huge Square, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy fan. Now I didn't get a chance to see Final Fantasy 10 at E3, the HD remake of that. That actually could be really cool, and to see the updated graphics. Here's my thing, and here's my warning. There were a lot of HD remakes at E3 this year. There was an HD remake of Zelda Wind Waker. There was an HD remake of Kingdom Hearts. And I'm sure that there were a couple others, but those two in particular were the ones that I was keeping my eye out for. I wasn't as blown away by them as I thought I would be, and here's why. Like, I don't think you can do an HD remake of games that are cel-shaded and look cartoony and justify me paying for it, because it doesn't look that much better. It still looks like a cartoon. The edges are just crisper, honestly. I think, and this is just some advice to you, take it for what you want. I'm not going to tell you not to buy the game. I think the biggest value in Kingdom Hearts HD Remake and Final Fantasy X and X-2 Remake is that it makes it playable on current gen consoles. That's the only reason I'm still honestly considering buying it, because the graphics weren't
factor?
just for the nostalgia
again?
to go back
That's
and
pretty
play
much
it.
Yeah.
That's really about it, because the graphics, at least for Kingdom Hearts, didn't blow me away. Same thing with Wind Waker. That looked the same. I'm also playing through Wind Waker on the GameCube again, and we saw it on the Wii U, and I wasn't really blown away by it. I'm kind of worried.
I'm still installing Steam, by the way. If you're just wondering what I'm doing, I'm just I'm like trying to look here and just see, but this isn't working too well. I'm on a Mac. I don't really have it installed on my Mac, but
Taking way too long.
yeah, this is taking way too long.
So what do you think? What do you think is the culprit of why we're not seeing so many good games to look forward to? Is that because I feel like this is partially, we're seeing a big increase in the indie market, and we're seeing big game developers actually walk away from the stressful situations of the AAA market to go back to the garage feeling of building an indie game. Do you think that's because the indie games are kind of where we're getting our really good developers?
I mean, we're definitely in the indie sort of time, but I don't know, man. I'm not agreeing with the fact there was no good games this year. I'm still not. XCOM, hey, XCOM came out. Like, there's a good game a month, I think, that's worth playing. Not all, you can't knock them out of the park. Was Max Payne 3 this year? That was last year. I can't remember. I think it was last year.
I think it was last year too.
Euro Truck Simulator? Come on.
I don't remember that game.
Who does?
Not me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some good games that came out this year. I think BioShock is probably pretty close to the top of my list for the year for game of the year, but I think there's some other stuff out there.
So real quick,
really do. MMO scene has been kind of dead if we go into that realm. I mean, I don't know what came out this year. Guild Wars 2?
Guild Wars didn't come out. We haven't had any big MMO come out this year yet, have we? I mean, it's WildStar and Elder Scrolls are the big ones that are coming out.
Yeah, you're right. I lose track of time. I have no idea. What's today? Where am I?
July. We are in July of 2013. Time is just flying. So what do you think, real quick, are then the contenders for Game of the Year? Honestly, I think Last of Us needs to win. I really liked
I haven't finished it, so shut up. I haven't finished it.
I'm not going to go into detail, but everyone out there,
yes,
let me get on a soapbox.
Very far behind.
Let me get on a soapbox real quick. No, this one. We need a wide camera angle because I'm going to get everyone needs to go buy and play Last of Us. Don't have a PlayStation 3. I don't care. Go buy one. Just stop it. Do yourself a favor because that's one of the best games I've played in a really long time. That's one of the games, that's a single player game that I played, and as soon as I was done playing, I immediately stopped and was like, that was so good I want to play it again. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again on hard.
That's actually quite impressive. I'm surprised. I don't know why I didn't. Don't find this offensive. For some reason, I didn't think you were going to like the game. I don't know. It's because it's quite slow.
But it's so good.
I'm glad you like it. I'm actually surprised that you were that sort of blown away by it.
Here's one thing that I was really blown away that doesn't spoil anything. Two things that really blew me away. We talked when Deus Ex came out, and you talked about how you really like the ability when you were playing Deus Ex.
Can I interrupt you 1 second and just say that Star Wars: The Old Republic has a 9 on IGN? What kind of bullshit is that? I'm looking through the editor's choice. I'm trying to jog my memory here of like what came out, and I just saw Star Wars: The Old Republic, and it has a 9, and I'm like, wow.
Can we say paid off?
Wow. Okay.
I mean, what?
Sorry, I derailed that. I just was.
Last of Us, 2 things. One, we talked about Deus Ex. Deus Ex was a game that you could really kind of choose the way that you wanted to play. You could play it stealth if you wanted to, or you could just run and gun. But I felt like that was too much like Metal Gear Solid, where it's like the people are like, you
gotta play stealth.
You don't have to play stealthy. Yes, you do when you're playing Metal Gear Solid. Don't tell me that I can't, because you have to.
Dude, it's the Outbreak. You gotta play like real life.
But what was so cool about Last of Us was the stealth. The stealth of the game was so easily accessible, and it was so necessary because Last of Us had these really good highs and lows where you would spend, 2 or 3 hours spending no bullets to try and bolster up as much defenses as you could for those big moments. So you'd be, avoiding using your weapons, and then there'd come this really big moment where you'd unload every gun and every piece of ammo, every health kit that you could just to stay alive. And then you're left at this moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I've got no ammo. What am I going to do? I guess I got to play stealthy again. And it was just this perfect amount of like, I have no ammo. I've got a lot of ammo. I have no ammo. I got a lot of ammo. And the ability to go from stealth to action was so fluid that I loved it. I loved it. And the other part of it, I loved it.
I loved it. The
other part of it that was really exciting was the stories. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but there wasn't a single character, and I haven't felt this way in a long time. There wasn't a single character that was introduced to that game other than that I did not care a lot about or feel for. And another thing, last anecdote, and then I'll let it go. Holy cow, the coolest thing ever. So minuscule. So, all right, so I'm playing Last of Us. Everybody, you know, when you're playing through, you're going through the first beginning of the game, you're in this like society where like the government's super hard on you and they're super mean. And I accidentally bumped into a guard. And the guard's like, you do that again, I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Like my brain trigger is like, oh, no, you won't.
I'm gonna do that again. Let's see if that works.
I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna test you. Just
shot
because
you
you
in the
said
head?
it. He pushed me down and shot me in the head.
Nice.
Like instantly. Didn't even let me think twice.
Yes.
And that immediately, that wasn't a part of the game. That was a side thing that happened in the game that immediately set me up and made me realize, like, holy crap. I get what these people living in this government society are going through. It's no bullshit. Like, you push me, don't even mess around, or I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Like,
I'm Jersey. Don't push me around. I'm from Jersey. You push me, I'm gonna put a bullet in your face.
Or you're gonna get messed up.
You're sleeping with the fishes.
And that was amazing. That was amazing. There was so much in that game. Everybody needs to go play it. And I don't even care if you don't have a PlayStation. You need to go buy one because that's game of the year.
You missed out on? I was buying The Witcher 2 for everybody. I'm just gonna talk about The Witcher again.
I did. Hey, well, you bought it for me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you bought it for me. You sent it to me. I haven't played it yet. I'm busy. You keep me so busy. Anyway.
Next caller.
All right, let's open up the lines and keep the show moving. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your question.
How's it going? Carl from Ireland. And just wondering, with Blizzard bringing out a couple of new games, like they have Blizzard All-Stars, and after, well, later on, Titan, whenever that they decide to do that, do you think that they're going to try and become the kings of esports again? Like they changed Blizzard All-Stars quite a few times, and now they're after restarting Titan all over again. Do you think that's what they're actually aiming for?
I'm sure they got their eye on it, man. Like, hey, they have to be, right? I mean,
have they officially lost their throne yet to Riot and League of Legends?
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's gone.
Esports. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's definitely teetered over into Riot's territory. But I don't know. Will Blizzard All-Stars do it? Kind of hard to say. I'm gonna say Blizzard All-Stars. I don't know. I'm gonna my prediction is gonna say no. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna take it. I don't know. I think the league is gonna be too. The force of the league is too strong. I don't know. What do you think, Chef? I mean, I think probably for Blizzard to kind of, do they need to be more involved in the esports scene like Riot is? I feel like Riot is just so much more entrenched in the circuit, in the prize pool, and making it just grandiose and having these big events and, you know, downtown LA for the finale and the cup and the whole nine and the Twitch stream. I feel like they're just like they've won up everyone on the production value. Besides, you know. Even outside of just the game itself. I mean, they got so many StarCraft 2 players to even go over to League of Legends just because that's where all the money is.
I think they even said this multiple times when we were down at when I was down at Blizzard on Friday. Blizzard is extremely slow to act. They're very worried. They'll throw a pebble in and see how the ripples, you know, how far the ripples go before they make any sort of movement. So they're very slow to act. I think Riot is doing a good job of being on the cusp of not only the changing esports scene, but the change in new media. I don't know of a single, I don't want to say this, but I don't know of many other video game developers that have a dedicated video team. And Riot does.
They all do.
Like, but not
I
like,
guess to the extent that Riot
not what Riot's doing, exactly.
But they also, all these other companies, I don't think have like gajillions of dollars to burn. They're just like, we need to spend money. Their accountant must be just like, I don't know, buy Maui, just buy the island. There's only 150,000 people there. You just buy the whole thing and just have the tournament there.
I think Riot's done a really good job. The point is, though, I think that Riot's done a really good job, and the money helps. The money helps to just do whatever you want. Riot's done a really good job of adapting and challenging and trying new things and taking risks to try and take over that top competitor. Now, I think that, you know, Blizzard All-Stars is a MOBA, but I think I agree with Gary. I don't think it's going to overtake League of Legends especially not right off the start. And I think it's going to be.
I mean, it's all about the dollar, though, isn't it? I mean, first of all, it's got to be the gameplay. So they got to get the game right, which I think Blizzard could do for sure. Right? It's Blizzard. They could totally just take their time, get this thing right, and really just knock it out of the park as far as gameplay goes. That we know is possible. Will they go the extra mile and do? I mean, look what Riot did this year when they basically put all the pro esports team on payroll. Like they're all being paid salaries, like every player, all the teams, all that stuff, all being bankrolled. That's why they can't like roll into other tournaments and stuff anymore. So it's like, do you think Blizzard's going to do stuff like that? I mean, that attracts players,
right? But like you said, does Blizzard have the? I mean, Blizzard.
They definitely
anybody has the ability to do that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they definitely have the capital to do something like that. But will they? Is the question. I don't know.
I don't think they will.
I mean, if they didn't do it, why didn't they do something similar? I kind of would have expected them have to step up a little bit more when it came to StarCraft when all that stuff started happening. They started seeing the scene change a little bit, and Riot and what they were doing. I thought they would have kind of followed in their footsteps a little bit more than they did with the StarCraft 2 scene. I don't know.
It's interesting. Chat room's obviously talking a lot about Hearthstone, which I'll save my opinions maybe to the end of the show. I'll see if anybody calls in and asks that, if they actually care. But Hearthstone was fun. Hearthstone was really interesting, and I've liked the fireside duels. I think that it could step up and be its own competitive watched sport.
Come on, really?
There's so many.
I'm picturing like just that's like a Dragon Con game. That's like,
but that's it. There's so many. There's so many people that care about TCG games that would love to see those like virtually exposed. And I could see tournaments around Hearthstone happening. I really could. But I don't think it will build beyond what League of Legends is at right now. It's a great game, but I just don't think, and I think that people will be excited to sit down and watch it, but I don't think it has the staying power or the level. Like you said, if the players are funded by Riot.
I got it. New Gamebreaker show. Hearthstone for real money. We'll just do like a poker match. We'll have a poker game and everybody plays. We'll have a prize pool.
But you'd have to do
Hearthstone After Dark.
You'd have to tier it. It'd have to be tournament style.
No, you just got to bring cash in, all in.
Everybody can't play against each other at once. It's 1-on-1.
Shut up. Stop. I'm making up this show as we go along.
All right. Let's move on from this one. But before we do, I want to take a moment and tell you guys about an awesome sponsor that we have with Shutterstock. Now, usually we tell you about some awesome stuff that Shutterstock has, different widgets and ways that we've integrated it into the website.
We've seriously spent like hours today on Shutterstock.
That's exactly where I'm going. Both of us have been working on, trying to create some new content, looking specifically at Shutterstock for things like virtual rooms. We're working on, we're going to try and step into a awesome weekly recap show, and we're kind of looking for some good sets. And Shutterstock has a bunch of them.
Dude, check out that. Wait, you go to the top there. Top. Go back up.
That's the very top.
Top. Yeah, on the right hand. The second one from the right. That one's pretty cool. Those curved
I almost
monitors.
used this one. Oh wait, curvy monitors. This one.
No, the one. No, I don't. That one. Yes. That one's pretty awesome.
This. I mean, it's great. There's so many awesome and actually this doesn't have any here.
You know what a lot of people may not understand though is what you would use that for. I bet you there's a lot of like YouTubers watching this that might be confused by looking at something like that and be like, well, what would I do with that?
Well, Mr. Gannon, what would you do with that? And while I pull that up, the other really cool thing about it real quick while I'm searching for this other picture and how you could use these images is, let's say, obviously, you've got a lot more that you've got going on with shows. You don't just need backgrounds. You need lower thirds. And Shutterstock has this really awesome footage section, which you think is just, hey, look, they're advertising stock footage. This is all well and good. Cheap. Guess what, though? It's not just stock footage. Let's just do lower thirds. Boom. Look. Oh, what's this? Animated lower thirds.
Those are fancier than the After. Holy crap! Why do we have this After Dark static thing going on? What is?
Like what?
Yeah. So
all of these come alpha matted so that you can integrate them right into what you need to do. You really can. It's in their tagline. We say it all the time, but you really can bring your creative projects to the next level with a Shutterstock account. And all you guys got to do, if you want to go use it, we've got an awesome deal for you guys. Head on over to Shutterstock and use the promo code Gamebreaker7. You'll get 30% off of your new account. It's a great tool in the creative field, guys. If you don't act now, you're gonna regret it. So
Chiram says they're so excited about shopping for lower thirds. You don't understand. We really are.
Do you know how hard it is to make lower thirds? As someone who's probably made, I think, 5 or 6.
It's not easy.
It is not easy. It is not fun, and it takes a buttload of time. So if I can just buy some for really cheap, sold. That's all I'm saying.
And this is the stuff for you guys out there who are making even game videos. And I'm sure like 90% of the people watching is probably have a YouTube channel. And it's like, how do you want to take it seriously to the next level? It's like you want lower thirds. Like put your text on that. Just don't put like crappy text on it. Like, you know, you can type like logo stingers and intros and things like that. I'll get all kinds of cool animated stuff. And then you just, you know, kind of manipulate it the way you need it to and put your logo in there and put your name in there. And boom, you got something that looks like you spent like $1 gajillion on Shutterstock.
Not everyone can be a video editor, a cinematographer, a graphics person, a visual effects person. The list goes on and on and on. If you like video games, focus on video games. Let Shutterstock take care of the creative elements so that you can focus on your content. It's a great tool. Go use it. All right,
what we need to do, I'm going to make this even longer, but somebody Chatham says this is like a pro tip for video production. It's like, I almost wonder if like a lot of this, now that I'm thinking of it, like we're doing this like live, I'm like thinking more and more. I'm like, I bet you a lot of people, like I keep saying, have YouTube channels and do YouTube content. They probably don't fully even understand how to use some of this stuff.
It's very possible.
We got to figure that out. We got to fix that.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and take the time to open up the lines once again and take the calls. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your question.
What's up, guys? My name's Steven. I'm in Colorado,
Hey,
the
Steven.
mountain state. First, let me say, I know you guys just talked about Shutterstock, but I have to thank you, Mr. Gary Gannon. I, honest to God, did not have Netflix until you told me. I watch it all the time.
Isn't
Breaking
it awesome?
Bad, Arrested
like-
Development is like the funniest show, so if you guys don't have it, you have to get it. My question, though,
I'm glad you signed up.
And also, now we're gonna go down an ad corner. You got awesome access to shows like you got the 4th season of Arrested Development all for free all at once. You get awesome series like House of Cards.
Yeah,
They've got
House
awesome
of Cards.
original series now, and they're starting to step into original series, and that's gonna be really exciting.
I think we have a
Yeah, I've watched
card,
House of
maybe
Cards
called
3 times, the whole
Netflix.com/Gamebreaker
series.
TV.
What's that? Netflix.com/Gamebreaker. Oh wait, it's in the way. Okay. Oh, and the bug. Netflix.com/Gamebreaker TV. If you guys haven't tried it, head on over, check out Netflix. It's awesome. All right.
It is awesome. My question is about the new consoles coming out. How do you guys think that's going to affect PC gaming? I mean, I was really excited for Elder Scrolls. They said it's going to be on consoles. Do you think it's going to hurt it because console market's so big?
Why would that
Is it
hurt
going to help PC gaming? Maybe because it's easy to port over.
Would it hurt? Would it hurt Tessa or would it hurt PC game?
Just PC game in general, just because console market is so huge. I mean, you were talking about an E3, and it was like a little blip on the radar back there, you know. So
MMOs were a blip on the radar, I think, not PC gaming.
I mean, let's be honest. PC gaming is, I don't want to say a blip. It's not a blip on the radar, but there's a lot more around consoles just in general than PC gaming. There are a lot fewer PC gamers out there, and I'm a pretty hardcore PC gamer more than anything. I barely touch my consoles.
But that's because it's so much easier for as a consumer to jump. Oh, I pay $300 get a console and I'm good to go. Instead of I pay $1,000 and now I got to keep updating my PC and worry about viruses and all this other. That's what I think the problem with PC. That's why console is so much bigger. It's just easier to get involved.
But do you think like so? Wondering if it's going to hurt the PC market. Do you find that a lot of sorry, I can't remember your name, the caller. You still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you finding that a lot of your friends who are PC gamers are so excited about the consoles that they're saying like, "Hey, I'm going to go buy the PS4 or the Xbone and like just give up on PC gaming altogether"?
I mean, my computer is like, you know, my hobby. So I got tons of money in, and the PS4 looks amazing. And it's like, why would I not want to kick back on my couch? You know, Destiny, and it's like.
But will you give up your PC gaming? Because I feel like most gamers are going to buy the console. Like, I'm going to buy it. I already ordered my PS4. I'm going to use it, but I'm not giving up on PC gaming. I don't know. Are a lot of gamers giving up on PC gaming? Wow, that makes me sad.
Do you think it could help? Do you think it could help because games that were maybe only going to be for console, it'll be easier to port over with like the new architecture or whatever it is?
I don't know. I mean, porting is like a weird thing, right? But there's like good ports and really terrible ports. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna hurt. I kind of think it's just gonna stay the same. To be honest, I know that's like a lame answer, but I don't know if it's gonna really cause so much of a rift like in the entire like video game industry that it's gonna change that much. I don't think you're gonna see that much of a difference. I don't think you're gonna see less PC games being made. I think you might see less AAA PC games being made naturally. I don't know if it's gonna be due to the consoles. I think it's more due to the indie market. I think more PC gamers are finding a lot of like indie titles and stuff a lot more attractive and taking a lot more chances. I think we're in that era, but I don't know. I don't think PC gaming is dead. I mean, if you don't consider it dead now, because I know some gamers out there would probably consider it dead. Like hardcore console users probably think PC gaming is dead.
Hardcore PC gamers think anybody who plays on a console is ignorant.
True, we all.
It goes it's binary. It's one or the other. Like you either love PC or you hate it.
We all hate everybody. We hate everybody. We just started a debate show. PlayStation versus Xbox versus PC. Go.
Just PlayStation versus Xbox would be enough.
Everybody's got. All right, here we go. Everybody's got to defend it. Shaftnet, you can take the Xbox.
I've got to. No, why? No.
Yes.
I got to defend the Xbox?
I'll take the PC because he's a PC hardcore nut.
So he's got the PlayStation. He's got the easiest one.
And I'll say the Xbox is the best because it's called Xbone. And it'll probably have porn. Probably won't. Will it? No.
It probably will. It's connected to...
It's going to have Netflix. That's for sure.
It'll have Netflix.
I'm sold.
You can maybe go to Shutterstock.
Why would you... All right, so why would you... All right, forget it. This is stupid. This is another show.
Gary's done. Okay, so I'm on my own on this one, I guess, for the rest of this one. I don't know. It's tough to say that... I think I agree with Gary that I don't think PC gaming is going anywhere in comparison to the console. I think that it's exciting to see the advancements that consoles are making. Consoles are becoming more like the PC in terms of like what we have to offer. Their social media integration, the ability to stream. We're seeing the advancements that we've seen over the past, 8 years since the latest, since PlayStation 3 came out. We're seeing all the advancements that have come to technology over the years now being integrated into the hardware of our consoles, and that's more just exciting. But I don't know if I say, and correct me if you have any friends like this, but I don't necessarily think I see console players up and walking away to PC, and I don't see PC players up and walking away to consoles. I think they're two different things. People address them as such. And the people that truly do the research enough to go one direction or to defend both sides, the people who know enough to say, here's what a PC can do, here's what a console can do, end up buying and using both.
Console players like sunlight and chicks.
Truth.
That's what it is.
Pro tip.
I guess for me, it's just up until this point, there haven't been a lot of games that I would buy a console for. And so all the games I wanted was on PC. So however much that cost me, whatever it was, those are the games I wanted to play. Now with all those available, Destiny, Elder Scrolls Online, all these great games in the way...
Elder Scrolls Online is going to be PC as well. So are you just totally, you're going to abandon the PC, or are you just so intrigued you want to try it on the console?
No, I don't think I would give up on the PC just because how long I've been on it, and this is what I'm used to. But from here on out, if I'm a young person, right, like if I'm 14 again or 10 or whatever, where's the benefit going to PC when console, either now or in the near future, is going to be able to do almost everything my computer can? You can even get a keyboard and a mouse.
But that's going to change in a year. Technology changes so fast. Computers in 2 years are going to surpass. I don't want to say surpass, but consoles are going to fall right into the place where they're at right now, where they're looked at as inferior pieces of technology and compared to PCs that you can build right now. That's just the technology curve.
Graphically, maybe, but 5 or 10 years ago, you wouldn't have seen an MMO on there. They just couldn't support an auction house or all these other things, which they could maybe do now. So
Final Fantasy was on there for quite a while. Final Fantasy was on a console, so that was out there for a while. I think it's also. What do you sound like? What you sound like an old man?
No, I sound like I'm for consoles a lot. It's not that I've had a computer forever. I'm just wondering, 10 years, what is it going to look like? You think it'll be the same as it is right now?
I don't think PCs are ever gonna go away. I don't know. I just don't see them going away. Like I don't see that market just completely collapsing in on itself and not having games anymore. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna change much. If anything, I mean, if you're looking at certain genres, I think what everybody's hoping to do, especially in the MMO market, is they're hoping that consoles kind of lift the ceiling on the MMO market because they think they've topped out basically on how many gamers will play those types of games. So they're trying to tap into a new market. That's why, like, MMO is such a shady word right now in the marketing departments and stuff, and they're trying not to talk about it. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna kill it. I don't think it's gonna hurt it. I mean, hopefully they figure out how to do more crosstalk with gaming. I know a lot of gamers hate the fact that I'm going to say that, and they don't want to play with Xbox kids because they're yelling and all kinds of stuff with them. But I don't know. I say more the merrier.
All right.
Thank you.
I think that's about it for us. I think we got to move on just to keep the show moving. But thank you so much for your call and conversation, and thanks for calling in.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you later.
Take care.
All right, let's take it over to a Twitter question while we get another person on the line. Sarain wants to know if you could mash up any 2 or more IPs into the game, which would you choose and what kind of genre of game?
Wow. 2 IPs, why and what genre of gaming? Jurassic Park.
Uh-oh.
And what is time travel?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. I'll jam those. Jurassic Park meets Back to the... But I need aliens. Can I get something third in there? An ancient aliens.
By Aliens.
Aliens. Yeah, it's a good movie. Aliens. All right, those are the 3. Aliens, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. Basically, I've said it forever. I want a time-traveling MMO. I want an MMO that just has absolutely no boundaries and just goes all over and everywhere. I kind of thought that
Secret World?
The Secret World, yeah, I was going to say, I kind of felt like the Secret World was going to try and do that, but the game sucked, so.
On record.
Yes. They couldn't get the combat system right. Sorry. It just was bad. But, how could a good, that wouldn't be a lot of fun. Like, tell me if you could kind of go to different places, different planets, different parts of the world, different parts of the universe. Just has no bounds, and somehow keep it cohesive with the gameplay that it's actually fun. But at the same time,
if we could make a miracle happen, it'd be great.
Hey, she didn't ask for something
feasible,
that
realistic,
feasible. I want every game rolled up into one, go everywhere, and just anytime.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Go.
Who doesn't?
That's it. I just
That's
want
great.
Travel, see stuff, kill stuff. Done. Dinosaurs, time traveling, DeLoreans.
Done. I want to see, honestly, I tried thinking about this. I saw this question a little bit before the show, and I don't know how this would work. I want to see a good...
Kingdom Hearts.
No.
Oh, wow.
I want to see... That's a great IP mashup, though.
Kingdom Hearts
Am I
meets
right?
Final Fantasy. That's what you want to see?
Well, that exists. That's Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So it already exists. I want to see a Super Smash Brothers outside of Nintendo. And I know PlayStation did it with PlayStation All-Stars, but who the F put whoever the game developer was in charge of creating that? Because that was just the worst ripoff of Super Smash Brothers I've ever played in my life. But Super Smash Brothers could be really, like, what if, I was thinking about this, like, what if Blizzard All-Stars was Blizzard Smash Brothers, and instead of being like Dota, it was like a fighter game with Blizzard characters? Like signature moves, signature like really awesome attacks, and like you really felt the theme of like the character you were playing, but it was fast paced and it was high and it was intense, but it wasn't like fighter game, but it was kind of like arcade, like Smash Brothers. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love that.
It actually really sounds awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really does sound quite awesome. You kind of sold me on it.
So Blizzard, scrap Blizzard All-Stars. I don't care how far you are in development, and just make it Super Smash Brothers.
Meets Virtua Fighter with time traveling.
With
aliens.
Dinosaurs and aliens.
Aliens. Or add aliens to anything. It's just a recipe for sweetness.
All right, we got another caller on the line. Let's pick back up where we left off. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your question.
Hello, my name is Duke Reis and I'm from Portugal.
Hello.
Hello. So my question is about regions. For example, I'm a European player since I'm from Portugal, but I have a lot of friends from the US, but I cannot play with them because, well, I'm an European player. And to be able to play on US servers, I'll have to buy a new game, another subscription, and all that, and start from scratch. Why can they just make like cross-region accounts?
I think the first probably, I don't know if this is the biggest reason. There's probably some legal things that are probably more important than this. But I have to think that game companies would think that there might be a lot of confusion. Like, you, sir, may be smart enough to understand that if you play with somebody in the U.S. and the servers are sort of like, U.S. servers or something, that you may have some latency and it may not work as intended. But I feel like if they did something like that, a lot of players in different parts of the world would be logging into servers, not really understanding that that should be a problem. They'd be like, well, it's just no list. I just picked it. I've logged in. And now why do I hit a button and I have like a 3-second delay between... Do you know, this is a side note, do you know like in certain countries, like League of Legends players like play like in totally like with like insane latency, but they just learn the delay?
I can't play with like 400 latency. The moment that happens at my house, I'm like, forget it!
Hey, they just
I'm
want to play.
done!
They just want to play. Oh,
no!
You just almost smashed your drink. That was a good drink. I think that's one of the. I think that's probably a really big reason, right? Is because they have to have servers located throughout the world in different areas of the globe. And if they were to just put them all onto one list, I think there'd be a lot of gamers in other areas just logging into servers, not really thinking too much of it, and then wondering and being really confused as to why the performance of the game is terrible. So I think it would cause mass confusion, and I think that they just, with online games, there's just no really way that they can do it, and I don't think there's any way yet, at least, that they can kind of make a global game that doesn't have this latency issue.
And I guess that affects the quality of the person playing a game. If someone jumps in and plays a game with high latency.
Imagine being so confused and being like, why does this play so bad? This game's terrible. And then you go tell all your friends, like, this game's awful.
Yeah.
But it's really just because you jumped on a server that you shouldn't be jumping on.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people don't necessarily realize that that's a huge apparent piece of it. And when they look at maybe like, for me, whenever I have that issue, the very first thing that I do is I go to something like speedtest.net and I'm like, wait a second, okay, why do I have this kind of latency? I've got 990 ping, 16 down. What's going on? Why is this game not playing right? I immediately will blame the game and I'll walk away from it and be just done. But I mean, I do see his other side of it.
It sucks for the gamer.
It does. It truly
it's like,
does.
especially when you have friends in the U.S. and you want to play an online game, and it's like, yeah, you gotta order a box from the States and probably pay out the nose for the transaction fees and all that kinds of stuff, or the currency exchange, or maybe it's super cheap. I don't know, depending on where you live. But I think there's probably legal issues as well.
Think so?
I don't know, probably.
All right, I don't know. Let's move on, though, and keep this show rolling. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your question.
Hey, what's up? This is Xdega.
Yo.
Chat. Well, Liam.
How's it going? How is it? Real quick, let's derail this real quick, Xdega, because I actually got a chance to meet you on Friday down at Blizzard. We hung out at David & Buster's, and it was awesome. How was Hearthstone for you?
You know what? It was freaking awesome. It was way better than I expected when I was actually playing it. So
it blew me away. I mean, obviously, and I'm not sure which fan site. You're actually a part of a Hearthstone fan site, correct?
Yep, halfstoneplayers.com.
You've been following it for a while. Here was my thing though. Like I'd been watching Fireside Duels. I'm not a TCG player. I'm really not. But one thing that I really, really loved about Hearthstone's play style was, again, like I said, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For like maybe 6 months, and then I put it down. I know nothing of TCGs, but within 5 matches, I found myself putting together really fun TCG-esque strategies. Now, I'm not saying that they would have blown anyone out of the water, but like I felt really good about myself. Like I was putting down like a taunt card, and then I had another card that was like, anytime I heal, I get to draw another card. So I was like, oh, cool. As long as my taunt card's down, I'll just keep healing my taunt cards. So then they have to attack my taunt card, and my character who's down there, who's giving me my my buff to fish for my cards. That was in just 5. I think that was on match. Actually, that was match 5. That I was great because I understood that concept and I was pulling it off.
Well, that is really great because I mean, most TCGs do take a bit of time to really kind of ramp up and like talking with your friends and kind of getting to really know the game. So I have not played Hearthstone yet, but if you can actually start picking it up that quickly within 5 matches and getting it, that sounds really good.
It was really fun. I really liked the strategy and how basic it was to come up with intricate strategies. Its barrier for entry is so low.
Now, is it going to have the depth where it's, it's
Yes.
easy to, get into, hard to master? Like
That's what's so easy. Exactly. Easy to get in, hard to master. And that's where I think this game is going to shine. I'm really excited. Blizzard, send me beta. Oh my gosh, please.
Yeah, you pretty much just took the words right out of my mouth right there.
So good. Okay, Xdega, what do you got for us?
Okay, so my question is unrelated to Hearthstone, which I know is crazy. But my question's about that news article from the Fireside dev that was, or not Fireside, and he was saying that WoW really killed the MMORPG genre. And to be honest, do you think that that WoW did that, or do you think that it's just a cultural shift?
It's a good point. I don't blame WoW. We blame WoW because WoW is at the top.
Right.
You always look to the top and throw cast blame their way because they're the one who are making the rules. I think that's fair enough. To an extent, I think that's fair enough to say. But I see your point of where you're saying cultural changes and where we are as gamers. As the gaming industry has evolved, we've been inundated with more like, okay, I get it. Let's make this easier. Let's tell me how to play the game because I don't want to take the time to learn how to play. Like back when games didn't tell you how to play their game and it was literally you just like Legend of Zelda. You hit start, you're standing in the middle of the screen. They don't tell you anything. They don't even tell you how to get your first sword. If you forget to go in that cave when you start off, you're going to play the game without a sword. They don't care. But we don't see that anymore. We don't see that across the board. And I think that you definitely hit a point where cultural differences and cultural evolution have pushed Blizzard to make the changes that they have made and change the industry, as a lot of people would say, for the worse. Gary, what do you think?
I mean, I think a lot of this it's like gamers in general, they just don't want to do the grind that we used to have to do back in the day, and it wasn't necessarily all that fun back in the day either, I mean, sometimes you got to look back without the rose-colored glasses.
And it's really hard to do that. I think you nailed it on the head. There was a lot of things about old MMOs that really did suck. Some of them were really, really good. I don't know. I think there's something to be said. I think it's kind of both sides. The one thing that's funny is I think when there's statements that get thrown out like that and people think like WoW killed the genre or things like that, or WoW ruined it for everybody. It's like, I feel like when people say it, they have this like sense of like, there's masterminds in the Blizzard headquarters where they sat around going like, okay, guys, we're going to destroy the genre. We're going to totally ruin it for everybody. It's like, it just happened. It's like they kept reiterating the game. They're looking at things like, they're looking at what data, for the most part, a lot of times, and they're looking at stuff what gamers want, and they're trying to give that to them, and it's steered them in a direction. I do tend to agree that the MMO genre is kind of stuck, though, in a bit of a way. And I don't know. I think it's kind of, I think we're going to see resurgence. Everything is cyclical, right? So I think it's going to come back around. And I think even in PC games, you've seen, like I bring up Dark Souls all the time, and it's like if somebody were to create some sort of Dark Souls-esque MMO and it's like actually make it hard and difficult, I think there's a market for that. I just think it's the genre needed something different at the time. They were very hard and geeky games to get into, and they were extremely long hours, and the grind was pretty tough. And I think World of Warcraft came and figured out how to streamline a lot of that stuff, make it a lot more accessible, and I think it's going to change again. I think it'll switch up. I think you'll definitely see more indie games and stuff and MMOs coming out that are a little bit more difficult. But I don't know if it ruined the genre. I think it definitely changed it. And again, hey, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's sort of like saying, though, I don't know, Schaffner, what do you think? Like, do you think that like that sort of has changed the genre to the point that human beings and gamers in general and players can never go back to like sort of wanting some games that are a little bit more hard to get into?
Absolutely not. Exactly. I think that there's certainly a line. Games have become, I don't want to even say the mainstream, but games have become more accessible now than ever to the masses. Back when games were really difficult, they were selectively targeted towards a specific demographic. Now developers with the mass amounts of money, budgets that they have for these games, they have to kind of target the masses to try and bring in the amount of money that it takes to develop and play their game to recoup the cost it took to make it.
I mean, they started at MMOs. They started on D&D, right? You had to like read the books. You had to read like thick hardcover books. You had to learn about stats and you had to roll dice and like keep track of all this stuff. It was like that's where it stemmed off of. And the gamers who got into MMOs are probably D&D players first, and they kind of understood that stuff. And they were into it, and they took the time to read the book. Now, who's reading a book? Nobody.
You know who else doesn't take time to read books? A lot of people.
This guy.
You know what you should do, because I don't have time to read books. I really don't. It's not that I hate books. I don't have the time for it. You know what you can do? You can head on over to audible.com and get books read to you with an awesome audiobook service. Guys, oh, Gary's even going to pull it up on his phone. Gary's got everything ready to go.
No, I didn't get to download my books pack because I just got this phone today because I went into the pool with my phone.
Well, that's not a good way to hold on to your audiobooks. But the cool part is,
but if it was a real book, if it was a real book and I went in the pool, that should be destroyed. But no, I just got to download them all.
Guys, it's an amazing, amazing service that has a lot of awesome books that relate to everything you could imagine. I know you guys are thinking, well, even if you don't like to read, there's nothing that you could possibly want to find. Star Wars books, Lord of the Rings books, Game of Thrones books, World of Warcraft books. It's amazing how much that Audible has to offer. For example, right here, if you guys sign up, you can get Star Wars Red Harvest. And actually, if you guys look here, over here, if you're a non-member, the price is typically $24.50. $24.50, but if you're an Audible member, you'll get it for $74.95. On top of that, if you guys go sign up right now using the offer code Gamebreaker, you guys will not only get a free 30-day trial to the service, but you get a free audiobook. And Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a free audiobook once every month. The subscription provides you a free download once every month.
So there are different tiers. There are different tiers of so with going to audible.com/gamebreaker and signing up, you're gonna get to use the service for free for 30 days. You're gonna get a free audiobook. After that, if you choose to become a subscriber to Audible, there are different tiers. And basically, if you go, tier 1, and it's I don't really know what the price is off the top of my head. It's not that much. They basically give you credits. So I think I get
Star Wars credits.
I think I get like a credit a month, and I could spend the credit on a book, which pretty much for my level of account, yes, it equals a free book, basically a book a month included with my account. That's how it works.
Super simple, super easy to get involved in books. And like I told Pat Crane, I mean, you gotta even think, what was it called? Oh, yes, chicken soup. Chicken Soup for the Soul, if any of you guys remember those. I mean, it's just crazy. Come on. Short inspirational stories. 10-minute ride to work. You can hear an inspirational story by going to Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's great. Great. Audible.com/Gamebreaker. Guys, go check it out. And, I mean, of course, obviously, as you can tell, Gary and I are super happy to have them on as a sponsor. So thank you guys so much, Audible. And please go try the service. All right. Real quick, before we move on, got to take a moment. Everybody get ready. Gary let out a deep sigh. It's time for Eduardo's Corner. Get ready. We don't know what's going to happen. I get this. Here's some theme music. It's the only theme music I have. Eduardo's Corner. All right.
Eduardo's Corner. It's not a place you want to hang out. It's a place Eduardo comes in and talks shit. What's up? It's Eduardo for president. Yeah.
Need to work on getting that recorded for the theme song. All right, Eduardo, what do you got for us?
Hey, everyone.
Well, let me take a drink. Hang on. Before you go any further, let me just get another drink here.
Are you ready?
Totally just spilled some out of my mouth. What do you got for us this week, Eduardo?
Okay, guys. Well, there are many types of
It's a place you don't want to hang out.
No, it's a place you want to hang out. It's a nice place. A corner. Well,
what do you got?
Well,
nobody puts Eduardo in the corner. Nobody.
Well, many types of zombies, like the magical zombies made with necromancy and magic, and the undead infected zombies, like the ones in Resident Evil, made with viruses and pathogens. And then there is the angry people type of zombies, like the 28 Days Later. So what is your favorite type of zombie? And if
Oh, I answered your question already. I answered your
Didn't
question
even give
before.
him a chance to finish, Gary. Let him finish.
Sorry, I got excited. He said 28 Days Later, and I love that movie so much.
Yeah, well, sorry. Well, what is your favorite type of zombie? And if I didn't mention a specific type of zombie that you like, well, tell me and describe it.
I like the 28 Days Later angry people. But speaking
Why?
of, hey,
Why?
wait,
We're gonna go deeper.
wait.
No, you can't just get away with a one-word
Eduardo,
answer.
you're a zombie. Are you a zombie fan? Eduardo, are you a zombie fan?
No.
You're not? What? Why? See, well, not a Walking Dead because you know it comes out or it's out. Walking
No.
Dead. 400 days DLC. What? What am I doing? Why are we on the show? Why aren't we playing that? Talk about gotta be a good game. I haven't even played it. I'm gonna say it's a good game.
I haven't even played. At least you came out and said I haven't played Walking Dead yet either. After I
the
ranted
Telltale
and raved,
The Telltale Games Walking Dead.
I have not played it. I have not played it. Don't. No.
awesome.
No. Don't. No. I haven't played it yet. I've been told by a lot of people to go play it, especially after I've raved about Last of Us. They're like, well, if you like Last of Us, you need to go play Walking Dead. Sorry, I haven't played it yet.
Oh, you're gonna cry a lot in that game.
Favorite? All right, so yours is
28 Days Later, angry people.
Why? What makes them your favorite zombie?
Probably, I guess because the suspension of disbelief for me works, and it's a little closer to real human beings. So I sort of imagine like that could possibly really happen, and I'm sort of waiting for the day that like some bad shit rolls down and something kind of infects people.
So it's not like you like the idea of not necessarily of dead coming back to life, but more of a ravenous virus.
Yes, they're infected, but they're still humans. It's not like they're like coming out of crypts in the grave. They're not like Walking Dead. It's just something that overtakes the body. I mean, did you hear there was some lady? I can't find anything about this story. My wife told me the story. There was some woman. I can't remember where she was. I know no details about this story whatsoever, but it's internet fact because I'm saying it and we're on the internet, right? So there's some woman who basically something happened to her and she got rushed. She like passed out or something, got rushed to the hospital. And by the time they got her to the ER, no joke, her brain became liquefied. It was gone.
There's also reports of someone being a zombie, someone eating people in Florida. What, like
they
a
were
year
on
ago?
bath salts. Yeah, but that's close enough. Yeah, exactly. Like they were eating another human being, I think. Yeah, but her brain went to mush. Like it just completely liquefied. Like that's pretty fucking close to a zombie, if you ask me. Like,
well, no, because that's just deteriorating really fast. She's got to come back to life to be a zombie.
Call it whatever you want, man.
You know what my favorite zombie is? Walking Dead: The Road to Woodbury, or The Walking Dead: Rise the Governor, available on audible.com. Just saying. No, I think my favorite zombie, not just because I just recently played it. I really, and I agree with Gary, I like the realism that comes. Actually, before I go, Eduardo, you called. Let's make you part of this. You've kind of got your own segment here on the show.
He doesn't like zombies. He came in after
Oh,
the question.
I have a question about The Last of Us. Are those zombies considered clinically dead? Like,
I don't know, and I don't want him to answer that. Don't answer that. No, don't answer that because I feel like that's part of the story.
It's not part of the story.
Really? You don't know? Like
you never learn why the infection happens. You never find out if there's ever.
Shut up! I don't even want to know that. See, you're telling me too much because I had this belief that I was gonna somehow figure something out. And
no, you don't. I'm sorry, this is gonna ruin it. But you don't figure it out, and that's the best part.
Okay,
the best
shut
part
up
is
now.
there is no solution to that game.
I'm checking out of this show. I'm checking out. I'm checking out completely. He's spoiling the game. I'm just.
All right, real quick. I'll tone it back though. I do really like the development. I like where Gary was saying with the realism of what's available in 28 Days Later. However, I do like what's presented in The Last of Us because of the way of the evolution. It's like there's different and people there are other movies and types of zombies that devolve over time.
Dude, those goddamn clickers! Oh my god!
But that's what I really like about it.
I just want to talk about I fucking hate those things. You walk through like.
Exactly, it's
terrifying.
It's the thing of nightmares.
Oh my god, those clickers! Oh my god!
It's so and like it's like okay, so they start like it's this evolutionary process, and again, kind of like Gary, it's not people rising from the graves in Last of Us. It's a virus that takes over the brain, and a fungus starts to grow, and as it gets worse, it takes over. You know, in first stage, you're just basically ravenous. You basically just attack people, and then in its second stage, the fungus grows so crazy that it covers your eyes. So then the second stage is you're blind, and they completely go by sound, and then it just gets worse and worse. I'll stop right there because I don't want to spoil it, but I really like what The Last of Us presented in terms of like an evolution, because it felt real. I liked where they went with this, and again, you haven't played it yet, and you're too slow like
Here's
Gary.
The question, though.
Go buy a PlayStation and play this game.
But are they really zombies though? Like that's the thing. They're not. They're more like infected.
No,
they're infected.
They're infected.
Yeah, they're infected. So yeah.
But that counts as a zombie for nowadays. That's the same as 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
They're not zombies. They're infected.
And I agree. That's why I like. I love the character designs as well on the infected for The Last of Us. What's your favorite, Eduardo? Since you don't have a favorite.
Oh, sorry. I've been feeling pretty bad recently.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You're gonna turn into one.
Are you like acting now?
No.
This is like a new thing. You're like, just go with the question, man.
So, my favorite type of zombie is the magical zombie, like the necromancer. Well, I always play necromancer type classes in MMOs because I like the idea of having my own personal army. So I only like the magical undead type zombies if I am the necromancer. Not if I am a victim, if I am the necromancer.
Interesting. All right, Eduardo, I think that's it. We're actually running super. I just looked at the clock. We are super close to that time, so I think we got to just move on and get this last caller in. But thank you so much for calling. We always click.
Keep working on that acting career, Eduardo. Keep working on that acting career.
Hollywood's waiting for you.
You're going to be the next Last of Us in the feature film. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, man.
Okay, see you guys.
All right, real quick, we're going to get another caller on the line, but first off...
For over 75 years, people have saved money...
No, that's not what I was looking for.
Geico.
Listen, Geico.
Geico! We got a new sponsor!
Geico, no, just stop saying their name. They're not a sponsor. They don't get a part in this show.
I know, I just gave a
we just got to wait for 5 seconds while this dumb lizard
Hang on, let me call
stops
that
talking.
lizard. Send the check.
All right, now he's done talking. The thing of nightmares.
Just shut it off, man. Just shut it off.
Just listen. I mean, it's just gets better and better.
Just shut it off.
I mean,
you know what you have to play, since this is like a zombie, this is the zombie episode though, seriously? You have to play Metro 2033. Because it is just as like their character design and stuff, and their zombie, well, they're mutants and mutated like animals and stuff. Can you please shut this off?
Should just keep it looping while you're talking.
Yeah, please.
Let's go ahead and open up the caller. Open up the lines, get another caller. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your question.
Yeah, hi. My name is Peter. I'm commonly known as Ep39, aka Pete. I'm from Macedonia, and my question is the following.
Yes. Sorry. All right, that's the end of the video. Oh, it's done. Sorry. I had to keep it going just to gross Gary out, because now he's going to go home and have nightmares. All right, we're good.
Okay. I am 21 years old, and I am, in fact, getting older. So my question is...
No way. Is that an internet fact or fact?
Internet fact. It's only half fact.
Internet fact. It's on the internet. It's an internet fact. So my question is, what are the chances of Half-Life 3 releasing in my lifetime? Because I swear to God. I swear to God.
Did you see that? Did you see that fake link going around?
I don't know if it's fake. I don't know that.
Oh, it's fake. It's not the right URL. You gotta look at the URL closely. It's not Steam. It says like it's spelt incorrectly and nobody picks up on it. But that was a really good troll.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely going to come out. There's no way they're not gonna put that game out.
Yeah, because I feel there's so much hype on that game. If it actually released, it could like bring the entire world economy to a standstill.
Yes, but no. I think every game that has extended development periods or whatever you want to call it runs that risk. But I don't think that's necessarily true. Diablo, perfect example of one that fell on its face and caused a lot of backlash. Final Fantasy 13, another one that had like a 7-year development process, caught a lot of backlash. I don't think it's all bad. I think there's definitely something to be said for wanting to wait until the game is perfect and not just wanting to release it for exactly what you said, but I think it'll be okay when it comes out.
He's talking you down off the ledge. I think
it'll be okay. I think it's gonna be all right.
All right.
It is gonna come out.
Take some time. Everything's gonna be all right.
I got Gary to walk off for all the times he trolled chat room and pre-show and after show. That's it. I'm sorry. We even got to cut the questions short right there because I don't even know if I can keep going on. That's just the way we got to end. Gary Gannon, you can follow him right down there at Gary Gannon. Me, you can follow me right here at Mike Schaffnitz. Be sure to follow us over on Gamebreaker TV. If you haven't checked us out, be sure to come on over to Gamebreaker TV. We do this show live every Tuesday at 9 o'clock p.m. PDT. We can't do the show without you, so please, 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 guys, call in. Because then we get awesome questions like this, and Gary will walk away from the show. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. Gamebreaker first. See you guys next week.